Why do we love Osho so much? It's because he was a spiritual rebel. He was a misfit. He's going to talk about it right here. This is my reaction series. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Cody Mindjack Deal, and let's take a look.
I have been a misfit my whole life. In my family, in my religion, in my country. And I have enjoyed it all the way.
Let's get it.
Because to be a misfit is to be an individual.
Huge.
To fit with the existing established order is to lose your individuality.
Fact.
And that's your whole world. The moment you compromise and lose your individuality, you have lost everything.
Wow. It's hard.
You have committed suicide.
It's even harder. Dang, bro.
The people who are fit in the world are people who have destroyed themselves. Certainly it needs courage.
Undoubtedly.
A tremendously strong sense for freedom.
100%.
Otherwise, you cannot stand alone against the whole world.
That's the problem, is when you are a full-fledged individual and you have your own unique flair, which all of us do, we tend to frown upon that and say, get in line, obey, follow the rules, don't be yourself. They shame you back into that little box. And it's tough. It's tough. And that's why you do have to be a rebel. You have to have strength in finding your own path. I think that's maturity, especially as a man. Oh, he's just not talking.
But to stand against the whole world is the beginning of such a great joy, rejoicing and blessing that those who have never been misfit cannot understand it. All the great names in the history of man
Fact.
were just misfits in their society.
Isn't that true, guys? Isn't that true? Think about it.
All the people who have contributed to the happiness of man and the beauty of the earth have been misfits.
They carve their own path.
To be a misfit is a tremendously valuable quality.
Wow. Let's hear this.
Never compromise on any point. The very compromise is the beginning of your destruction. I do not mean that you have to be stubborn. If you see something is right, go along with it. But the moment you realize that something is not right, then even if the whole world feels it is right, it is not right for you.
Wow. That's extremely potent, but also extremely difficult to do because we all want to fit in. We need a brotherhood. We need people around us. Life is not a solo game. So it's tough to stand in the world and see it differently than everybody else, like Osho did. But he found those who resonated with this rebellion against those things that we're told that we are from a very early age. What's important. Incredible. By the way, if you guys like these kind of conversations, I have a online community of misfits and rebels. It's all about getting jacked, getting in great shape, but also it's about mindset strategies. It's called Mind Jack. You can check it out and link in the description.
And then stick to your position. That will give you stamina, strength, a certain integrity.
Boom. Oh, guys, that's really powerful. That's a really powerful message, and it's definitely hard to do, right? It's hard to fit in, or hard to be a rebel and also fit in. And you can't really have both sometimes. When I was in high school, I didn't understand why the upperclassmen didn't like me. I was a really great athlete, and so all my teammates, they kind of hung out with some of the other younger classmen. But what I realized is that I was a rebel in the sense that I just didn't do what they told me to do. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do drugs, I didn't go to parties, and they couldn't boss me around like the other underclassmen who were probably a little bit more insecure and didn't have their own compass, if you will. So they wanted to fit in. That was more important than sticking to their own principles or their own inner guidance. And I think Osho is representing the same thing here, is that there's a lot of things where everyone's telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And oftentimes, when we're on the spiritual path, we realize that maybe these principles or what we've been indoctrinated into doesn't always serve us. Now, tradition is fantastic. It's very important. There's a lot of great things about tradition. But sometimes we have to carve our own path, and sometimes we're going to be misrepresented, misunderstood, miscategorized, and it's tough. We all want to be accepted and liked and appreciated and valued. But oftentimes, before anybody celebrates you, they're going to cast you out. And it's hard to find and own that unique flair. Own your presence, own your boldness, own your sovereignty. And I feel like that we struggle with owning our own sovereignty, that you know your own path. And I feel like to be authentic, it's to radiate that path, whatever that looks like to you. And this is just an encouragement that if you feel like you're not fitting in, it's okay. And like I said, we're building a community online at mindjack.io. Feel free to check it out. It's for anyone who's wanting to upgrade and rebel against a former version of themselves and those things that have been holding them back. It's called Mind Jack because it's not all about getting just jacked. It's also about hijacking your operating system of your mind and installing something that's makes you feel more courageous, that helps you overcome the noise of the world, the noise of society, and you can do your own thing. You can carve your own lane. That's the beautiful thing about life. And so I just want to encourage you that if you just are a bit confused, plug in there. There may be an unlock, and I give a 30-day money-back guarantee. There's a free community too. It's a 7-day free trial, but it teaches you everything about my fitness strategies, mindset strategies, and I think it's definitely something that a lot of people are going to benefit from. We're actually launching Saturday, June 14th. I'm getting 3 courses up, and you'll have access to all the other 60 members and the MindJack campus, where we discuss a lot of amazing things. And I'm trying to attract people all around the world who want to band together as a brotherhood and carve our own path. I love you guys. Thank you so much for checking me out, and I'll catch you on my next reaction series. Yeah. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.